Hello and welcome to the video tutorial that is going to show instructions on how to do a backup and restore of old Moodle content from the old version of Moodle, which you see on the screen here, which is our old Chicago State version Moodle 1.9, and you're going to back the content up and transition this content over to our new version of Moodle, which is Moodle 2.5, which is our current live production server for Moodle. So to begin with, what we're going to do, we're going to go into our old version of Moodle, and you can reach that at this address at the top, csumoodle.remote/learner.net/Moodle test. As an instructor, you still have continual access to the old version of Moodle if you need to go back in and get old content to transfer over to your new Moodle course. In this instance, we're going to look at a summer 2013 OT 2010 section 51 course. This is from the summer of 2013. So the first step you want to do is to go in here and click on, under administration, you want to click on backup. What this is going to do, it's going to create a backup file that you're going to restore to the new version of Moodle once it finishes up. So as an instructor, when you click backup, you're going to see that you have several options here for all the activities, news forums, labels, quizzes, and of course resources that were available in your old class. First thing you want to do, you're going to see in the second column here, user data. User data is old grades and old student information. You don't want to back that up to bring it over to your new empty course. So we're going to click here to unselect all of the user data boxes. And also to the left here, you're going to see a list of all the content that is currently in the old course. You have the option to check what you want and uncheck the things that you don't want to transition over to your new course shell. In the case of this tutorial, I'm going to leave everything checked, and I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom, and I want to click on continue. One thing that I do notice when you bring over Turnitin assignments, the new version of Moodle has, a few hiccups here and there. So let's, for the sake of transferring data, let's uncheck all the Turnitin assignments. So we're going to scroll down. We're going to click on continue. We're going to give this a few seconds. Okay, once Moodle processes the zip file and the backup file, it's going to bring you to the summary backup detail page. Here at the top is going to be the name of the file that's going to contain all of the content that we previously checked. So you can take a look here to scroll through. This is just a detail page. It's no other things that you have to check off or look at. It's just a summary of everything that's going to be backed up. So let's scroll to the bottom once again and click on continue. As you can see here, Moodle is taking all the content and it's compressing this information into what we call a zip file. All right, this may take a few seconds. Depends on how much content you had in your old course. If there's a lot, it's going to take a little longer than normal. All right, as you can see, you get the backup completed successfully notification, and we're going to click on continue. And once again, this backup process takes place in the old version of Moodle, not the new version. So you're backing up all your content. So once you click continue here, you're going to see, and everything is dated, that Moodle creates a backup, and we're going to look for the current backup right here, today being the 5th of May. Here is your backup file. All right, so what we want to do, we want to take this file and we want to bring this over to your new Moodle course for 2014. In order to do that, what you want to do, you want to right click on this file, and we're going to click on save link. We want to save this zip file to a local location on your computer. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the desktop. We're going to keep the same name, and I'm going to click on save. All right. After you save that backup file from the old version of Moodle, we're going to go over here and we're going to open up a new course in Moodle. All right. This is your empty course shell that you're going to now restore all that content that was saved into that zip file that we saved to the desktop. So when you first go into your course, which is the summer version of OT 2010.51, under the administration block, you want to click on Restore. Once you click on Restore, Moodle is going to take you through a restored wizard setup screen. It's a few steps, and it's going to pull all that content out of the file that we just saved. So the first thing you want to do here is import a backup file. We're going to click on Choose a File, and we're going to look for that file that we just saved from the old version of Moodle. So we're going to click on Choose File, and we're going to go to the desktop, and we're going to look for that zip file, which is labeled Backup Summer 2013. Double click on that. You want to make sure that that information is here, the name of that file, and then you're going to click on Upload this file. This is similar to attaching a document to an email. All you're doing is going out, browsing for that old file, and we're going to upload it to the Moodle course. Now, like before, depending on how large your previous course was, this may take a few seconds. The smaller the file, the quicker the processing. So we're going to give this a few seconds. Okay, once the file is uploaded to the backup file, I guess you can say loading page, you're going to see the name appear right here in this box. Next step, you want to click the Restore button right below. Once again, as stated before, depending on the size of the file, when you click Restore, it might take a few seconds to process that file. Okay, once it processes the file, as you can see here, it takes you to the backup details page, and it's going to take you through a series of steps here. And as you can see, there's 7 steps in total. They're pretty easy. All you're going to do is be reviewing information and clicking Next, Next, and Process. So the first step here is to select the file as not a standard backup file. You're going to get this detailed message here. We're going to ignore it and click on Continue. Okay. Once we click on Continue, it takes us to step number 2, which is the destination process. So what we want to do, we want to select, we're going to skip over this section here at the top. We're going to go to the next one that says Restore into this course. Okay. So we want to merge the backup course into this course. This is the option that you want to have selected. You also have an option here to delete the contents of this course and restore it. Considering there's nothing in this new empty course shell, we're going to go with the first option and click on Continue. Okay, as stated before, depending on the size of the file, that process may take a few minutes. All right, step number 3. After you click on Continue, it takes you to the settings screen. We're going to keep everything default here. We're just going to scroll to the bottom here and click on Next. All right, this is going to take you to step number 4, which is the schema. Now this screen here, as previously looked at in the old version of Moodle, it gives you a list of all the content that is actually compressed into that zip file that we downloaded from the old version of Moodle, and it basically gives you a list of everything that you're going to bring over into the new empty summer 2014 course shell. So you still have the option as an instructor to scroll through this list, uncheck items that you don't want to bring over, and leave the ones that you do want to bring checked. So we're just going to keep everything checked. Scroll all the way to the bottom here, and we're going to click on Next. All right, we're going to wait a few minutes for that to process, and then this is going to take you to step number 5, which is the review step. It gives you a summary of everything that you previously checked and unchecked. And you just can scroll to the bottom, look over everything, make sure everything is final. And then from here, we're going to click on the final step, which is perform restore. All right, now this may take a few moments. As I stated previously before several times, it really depends on how much content you were bringing over from your old course into the new course. So we're going to let Moodle process all the content, and it's going to dump everything into your new empty course in course shell for summer 2014. Okay, once Moodle finished processing that pretty big zip file, you're going to be taken to the last step and given a confirmation that the course was restored successfully. And let's click on continue, and it's going to take you right into the new course, and it's going to show everything that it brought over from the old version of Moodle, which was all your old content. And it shows you that it basically makes a replica or duplicate copy of the old course, and it also places the content into the appropriate I guess modules based on the week. So if you scroll through, you'll be able to see that everything is completed, and that is basically the process of doing a backup and restore from our old version of Moodle into the new version of course content that you want to salvage for future semesters. Okay, as one last tip, I want to make sure if we go back over to the old version of Moodle, you can see here, this is how it looked in Moodle 1.9. We're going to scroll to the bottom. All right, and then we're going to go over to the new version where we just restored. We just restored from a backup, and I'll scroll here again so we can reiterate the definitions. We backed up from the old version of Moodle, and once we backed up all the content, we did a quick restore into the new version of Moodle, and we're going to scroll through quickly, and everything is here. All right, if you have any further questions, please feel free to contact the Center for Teaching and Research Excellence. Our contact information is 773-995-2960. That's our departmental number. You can also send email requests, email questions, troubleshooting questions to elearning@csu.edu. Have a great day.